The United States also does not recognize a legal right to reparations for historical wrongs that were not illegal under international law at the time they occurred.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. So check this out. In this video, y'all, we're going over how 19 Keys got kicked off of Hitting Color 6. We're going over how the United Nations made it obvious that it's difficult to talk about reparations using America and Ghana. We know it's some scamming going on, but they kind of pointed that out, that it is looking very weird. We're going to go over that. Now, make sure y'all smash that like button, push me on the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. And without further ado, man, I ain't going to hold y'all. This is the UN headquarters hearing on reparations. Let's get it.
The United States remains steadfast in its opposition and condemnation of historic wrongs that resulted from the transatlantic slave trade, the trans-Saharan slave trade, and all other forms of slavery. We remain committed to the acknowledgement that these historical wrongs. Despite this, the United States observes that the text of this resolution remains highly problematic in countless respects. Consequently, the United States cannot support the adoption of this resolution. We regret that the United States must once again remind this body that the United Nations exists to maintain international peace and security. It was not founded to advance narrow, specific interests and agendas, to establish niche international days, or to create new costly meeting and reporting mandates. This resolution does all three. The United States has defined long-standing objectives to the framing of reparatory justice and the duty of reparation for historical wrongs. While we acknowledge the horrors of the past, we do not accept this resolution's assertion that historical facts from the 15th through 19th century constitute violations of jus cogens, as the term is understood in contemporary international law. The United States also does not recognize a legal right to reparations for historical wrongs that were not illegal under international law at the time they occurred.
So let me run that back, what he said, what the U.S. said. Check this out.
Not illegal under international laws that were not illegal. For historical wrongs that were not a legal right to reparations for historical wrongs that were not illegal under international law at the time they occurred. In addition to its obvious legal problems, this resolution is also unclear as to who the recipients of reparatory justice would be. The drafters.
See, so what they're saying, who is the recipient? So it's seeming like there is people fighting over who trying to get the money, and they ain't even talking about us, right?
And supporters of this resolution seem to believe it is them. The United States strongly objects to the cynical usage of historical wrongs as a leverage point in an attempt to reallocate modern resources to people and nations who are distantly related to the historical victims. The United States.
So the UN is basically, well, you know, like the board or whatever, they're basically saying that it's not clear who these reparations going to and if it's going to the right person. And that's what we're saying. What is Ghana doing over here in America, you know, really trying to steal our trauma and the things that we've been through on this land and use it to receive reparations? That's what it's sounding like to us. Okay. So until we're gonna keep holding the Congressional Black Caucus accountable, because if y'all seen on that clip that I played, they are labeling themselves the global experts on reparations. Wasn't a part of nothing in getting reparations. They tried to get reparations for what ICE did in Minnesota, but other than that, how can they coin themselves the global experts for reparations? Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Now y'all know we did the video canceling 19 Keys because he definitely committed a violation of calling a group of people or calling even Tariq Nasheed a psyop or some type of agent without any structured paperwork or evidence or anything. They just saying that. That's a violation. They don't represent that Oakland. I know he says he's from Oakland, but a lot of people from Oakland say he moved from the Midwest to Oakland. So Oakland don't really claim him. But as far as the other guy, the viral way, we did a video. He's from Long Beach. People out there in Long Beach said that's not acceptable. So they're doing this off code stuff, and we know it got something to do with you being paid by the Democratic Party, the little hat. Somebody is endorsing this because no grown man wouldn't just go out and try to coin somebody as a leader. Knowing what happened to our leaders, in the day of what happened to them, nobody wouldn't want to be a public leader. So if you go out, and this to anybody, if you go out and you try to champion somebody as a leader, that's off code behavior. That's something that you do not do. Why would you do that? The police and everything and the feds is on the internet right now. So even if it's just like you putting yourself and somebody in harm's way, you should care enough to know. And this dude, 19 Keys in the viral way is basically off code. But we know that y'all probably got more ties to the supremacy than what we think. All right, for us to think that somebody would say that and do that to their own people, knowing what happened. So Tariq Nasheed did a segment. Shout out to everybody who let me know about it. They removed 19 Keys. They voted to remove 19 Keys from Hitting Color 6, which I think is a smart idea. You can't be having people around you that's not standing on business for you and really holding you down. And 19 Keys was acting like a flip-flopper, a fence straddler. Like, bro, are you dissing, the lineage, or are you trying to, big up us? And we don't know, so we got to put them over there. It's no time to be seeing you either on code or you're not, We could do some check-in and let you know you off code, but some people are intentionally off code, to further their finances. Now, I do think it could be something that where he could hate the amount of love that, because we giving a lot of love to our people now. If y'all see what Mr. Tendenism just became a multi-millionaire off of us showing him love, our people. So a lot of guys are not getting that love because they're not as genuine with us. So, they are seeing people take off and they don't like this. They don't like that, or they getting paid not to like it, in my opinion. But a lot of people, I can't wait to see what 19 Keys have to say about this. Okay. And I know he been chastised with Oakland. I know the viral way they been chastised from their neighborhoods is definitely telling them about themselves. But to be going around podcasts talking about another man, it just seems like somebody paying them to do this. So he's probably going to act like somebody's not, because that's the best thing that agents do, is to try to point the blame at somebody else and act like they're not the agent. That's why they were saying the PSYOP, this is a PSYOP program, when all the programs they use is to tear down Black people as far as unity. And we've seen what they did with the Black Panther Party, William O'Neill, the other Chinese dude. They put plants in there to tear something down. They're not going to just, I don't know what these guys are talking about the PSYOP program. Like, how can you compare this to anything that done happened to our people where, you know, it was a PSYOP with our people and it was organization, bro. It's just, they're just reaching and getting paid to discredit us. And that's what we call it now. We ain't trying to make it seem like these aren't people or friends of ours. These are enemies of the lineage of any liberation progress you're trying to make, because you should have never led off like that. I know y'all may be upset at the man, he's getting money and he has his people with him and it's a strong, y'all, a lot of y'all seem like y'all upset about that, you know, and I'm hearing more about, you know, from how much y'all hating, y'all making us more look and help out Tyreek even more. And like, you know, cause y'all look like y'all just trying too hard. So you're making more people, you know, like, you know what, Tyreek gotta be solid. To have people hating like this, it gotta be, you know, he gotta be real. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Y'all know we go live Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay, we're gonna have some videos dropping tonight. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding the self. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.